So, my wife got into an accident. Somebody hit her from behind. You kind of see some of the damage here. Not real bad, although it's going to cost about $1,200 to get it fixed. There's this whole fender down in here. There's a couple little dents and scrapes up in the door panel here. And then it goes around to there. And the person who hit her had a Mercedes, and from what I understand, her car was a lot worse off than this. So I guess the Honda's in pretty tough, like a tank. Not much cooking here with the bike. I just had a question I was hoping somebody could answer for me. I know some of you guys are painters or have some experience with painting. I'm awful. I'm terrible. There are certain things I'm really bad at. Painting is one of them. Painting and cutting along a straight line are a couple of things that I've just never been any good at. But like other things on this bike, I'd like to attempt it myself. The fender is cut and done. I don't know if you can see that in the dark or not. There's not much light here, but the fender is all cut. The struts are cut. It's ready for paint, or ready to be blasted and painted. I can get this to bare metal. I have somebody who will sandblast it for me for nothing. But from that point on, I'm not sure what to do. I have a local paint shop that will mix, an automotive paint shop that will mix the color for me in a spray can. Why is this not focusing? He'll mix the color in a spray can. It's black. And as I said, I can get it blasted, and I think the first step after I get it blasted is to wash it off with this. And then I have some of this etching primer, which one of you nice gentlemen told me to use on a piece of bare metal I had, which was this fender right here. And I did that. So I have those two things. I'm guessing those are the first two steps after I get the fender blasted. I'm not sure what to do from there. I'm not sure if I need other primer, when to sand, what kind of sandpaper I should use, how many finish coats. I'm sure there's some videos out there. I'm going to check some stuff out on YouTube over the weekend. This is something I'm not going to get to for a week or two at least. I've got other things to do. But I would like to attempt it myself. So any help you could provide in terms of what steps I'm supposed to take to paint it, and what kind of sandpaper I use, and I'll attempt it myself, and the worst thing I could do is screw it up and have to have it sandblasted again, so not a big deal. I also want to try painting the rocker box covers. I'm not sure if I need a special kind of paint because they're susceptible to a high heat condition, being on top of the cylinders. I'm not sure if I should paint them a certain kind of way. I mean, they have these grooves in here, so that may be difficult for me to cover. I don't know, but any advice on those as well would be much appreciated. Nothing's new here. I had enough money put aside after selling a bunch of parts to order the triple tree conversions. But what happened was, when I was speaking with the guy who owns the company that makes the conversion kit today, he told me this wheel and this hub, it's going to be very difficult to use those because of, or very difficult to lace them because the spokes are not going to line up, and it would be an absolute nightmare to try and get it laced. He said he's gone through it 100 times with people who want to use a smaller wheel on the front of Sportsters. I guess there's a lot of people out there who are trying to turn their Sportster. And what he said was a lot of people over in Europe, especially because the 48 is so expensive, being a 1200cc, people are taking the 883s, which they can buy cheaper, and trying to turn those into a 48, Sportster 48, in terms of putting a fat tire on the front. So he's had a lot of experience with it, and he said to try and lace this wheel is going to be next to impossible. I'd have to order special spokes, which would cost me a couple $100 on top of having it laced, and he said you're better off finding a wheel from a Softail, an FLST, and using that. So I happened to find one today. I found one on eBay. $60 plus shipping, cost me $100 for the wheel. And this gentleman who owns the company that's going to make these triple tree conversions is going to make me spacers to fit that wheel exactly. So at least I know once I do get the triple tree conversion, I'll have a wheel that's going to fit perfectly without any issues. The only downside to it is I had to buy the wheel, and that money was going to be used towards the triple trees. So now I'm going to have to wait another couple of weeks to be able to afford the triple tree conversion. But in the meantime, there's a few more things I can do. This front end there has got to come apart this weekend. I'm waiting for my exhaust wrap to come so I can wrap the exhaust pipes. You would think I would have the wrap by now, since my brother works for the company that makes the wrap. And I asked him 3 weeks ago for it, but I guess that's the way family works. So there's some little things I can get done hopefully this weekend. And like I said, any advice you could give me on that, on painting that fender and painting the rocker box tops, I would really appreciate. And the other issue I had today, maybe somebody has a solution, is I had to replace this stem right here that holds the foot peg and the brake on. It was bent. As I said in my last video, the guy who had the bike before me must have gotten into an accident. You can see this little dent in the chrome right here. You can see that dent in the chrome. That's from this thing being bent. So I ordered a new one of these. It was $30 from the Harley dealer. Nobody else had one, so I had to go and get it there. Sorry, Dell. But now I can't figure out how to put this stupid thing back on, because when I put this stem in straight and bolt this bracket on lightly, I can't get this thing to go in here. It doesn't see how this is not straight, won't line up. So if I take this off to put this on, then I can't get this to go line up straight. It's cockeyed. It's kind of a catch-22. So I got extremely frustrated and had to walk away from it, because I would have snapped something in half or thrown something across the garage. So I lost patience and had to walk away. So maybe if somebody has dealt with that before, they can offer some advice as well. And that's it. I think I'm going to go and enjoy my Friday night beer and the last night of summer, no less. And it feels like it's pretty cold. That's it, man. Summer's over. So that's it for now. Any help you can provide, I certainly appreciate it, and I'll have hopefully an update with some more progress in a week or two. So thanks. See ya.